So this is Empower. This is our latest bit of technology at Skin Excellence Clinics, and the word says it all, Empower. It's about empowering women to regain their lives. This is a machine which has a variety of treatments which are going to help women with conditions that they're really quite commonly affected by, especially later in life. Stress urinary incontinence, or all incontinence issues, urge incontinence, vaginal issues, postmenopausal vaginal problems, laxity problems, prolapse problems. It can be used after childbirth to regain the muscle tone within the pelvis and the abdomen. And we also have Morpheus 8 for skin tightening. So let me take you through the machine. We've got Forma V, so this is radio frequency. This is internally heating the vaginal tissues to rejuvenate them, restore health. That might be that reversing some of the signs of postmenopausal atrophic vaginitis with soreness, dryness. Also improving some of stimulating and helping the pelvic musculature. But specifically V-tone and tone. So this is electromechanical stimulation. This tones the pelvic musculature. Obviously, as we age, or as women age, as after childbirth, the pelvic musculature gets weaker, and that's one of the fundamental causes of female urinary incontinence issues. So we can tighten that. This is like a session of this in 10 or 15 minutes. It's like doing 10,000 pelvic floor contractions. Huge. And so this can help restore that function. We have Morpheus V, which is a skin tightening treatment, so we can tighten the skin around the abdomen or the labia if needed to rejuvenate that skin. And the unique treatment that we have, which is internal radio frequency needling. So this is called Morpheus V, Morpheus Vagina. This is placing little needles that fire into the vagina mucosa and deeper and transmit that energy. This will produce new collagen within the ligaments of the pelvis to hold everything in. So if you're starting to suffer with ligament issues, you're going to start with urinary incontinence problems and early vaginal prolapse problems. So again, we can reverse that problem, which is due to aging and childbirth. And so this Empower system allows us to tackle all of those levels to improve intimate female health, really. And you know, and that's what makes it hugely exciting. There's no other system out there that can treat all levels with one system. So we're really excited to be introducing this to Skin Excellence Clinics. The number of treatments that we use depends on the condition we're treating. So for example, if we're doing the pelvic musculature and abdominal musculature stimulation to try to rebuild that, that's called the V-tone and tone. Normally we do weekly treatments for a course of 6 to rebuild that pelvic musculature. If we're doing treatments to tighten the ligaments, to reverse, say, stress urinary incontinence, where we would be using Morpheus 8V or even Forma V, we would usually do 3 treatments about a month apart. And we would do the treatments at the same time as the stimulating the muscle contraction to restore the pelvic musculature, because the two go hand in hand. So it's usually 3 treatments of the radio frequency treatments and 6 treatments of the EMS or muscle tone treatments. There's myself, and I have 2 female GP doctors who are we're all trained in gynecology and have a huge amount of experience, because examination is key before we start even planning a treatment planning. So we all offer the treatments within the clinic, but I'm glad to say I do have female doctors, which I'm sure a lot of women would find very reassuring, who are offering the treatments, all of the treatments. They're assisted by our nurses and clinical assistants within the clinic. All treatments are done in the clinical setting. It's very private at all times. So you know, it's a very professional service that you will receive when you come to Skin Excellence Clinics. So a lot of patients are obviously concerned when we talk about certainly needles and radio frequency, is it painful? The answer is no. I mean, when we're treating the skin, so we might be treating the abdominal skin or the labia, which is the skin outside the vagina, then we do use topical anaesthetic and that numbs that. But actually within the vagina itself, when we're doing the Morpheus 8V or the V-tone, it's not painful. We don't need to use any anaesthesia, and most patients find it an extremely comfortable procedure to have undertaken. From all of the treatments, there's not really any recovery period as such, and actually most patients can return to normal activities, normal daily activities, and that can include sexual intercourse pretty much straight away when they've had a treatment. So there's not any specific downtime, so to speak, with any of the treatments through the Empower system. As I said, this treatment, we have the whole range of treatments with the Empower system. So a patient who may have had just recently given childbirth of any age, where we know the pelvic musculature has been stressed and perhaps traumatized, you know, those women are always advised to try and do pelvic floor exercises to get things back to normal. And the V-tone allows that pelvic floor to be restored very quickly as it's replacing, it's much more effective than physiotherapy or pelvic floor exercise you've done yourself in stimulating those muscle contractions to restore that. So very simply, post-childbirth, we would encourage people almost as a prophylaxis really to prevent problems in later life, certainly if you're going to have more children, more pregnancies. Women who are already experiencing some urinary incontinence issues, that might be they're going to the gym or they're doing an aerobics class or whatever, or they cough and they sneeze and they lose a little bit of urine, very embarrassing for them, this little tiny bit of leakage, that's called stress urinary incontinence. This system has a huge success rate in treating stress urinary incontinence, which in the past has only ever been treated by surgical methods, much more invasive methods, which often can cause lots of problems. So this is a very simple way of helping with stress urinary incontinence. Other women suffer with urge incontinence, which is where you just get a sudden rush to go, desire to go to the loo, or otherwise you might get caught out, or that you're getting up at night time to pass urine. Again, the Former V and the Morpheus 8V can really help with that sort of incontinence as well. It may be that you've been diagnosed with a minor degree of prolapse within the vagina. That's where the uterus is coming down, or there's pressure coming in the vagina. And again, we can tighten all the ligaments, almost creating, you know, as good as a surgical result by using especially the Morpheus 8V, which is unique to this system. So it may be that women are just wanting a rejuvenation of the vagina, maybe feeling that they've got some laxity within the vagina and they want it tightened, or they want to improve sensitivity, they want to improve sex for them and their partner. It may be restoring the health of the vaginal mucosa, which we know post-menopause, the menopause can get less, they may get some dryness or some soreness. This can really help. Or it may be that you actually have a specific medical condition, and there's one called Lichen sclerosus, which is a very nasty inflammatory condition of the skin and lining of the mucosa of the vagina, which causes severe pain and discomfort. And again, we can help with those sort of, that medical condition as well. So it covers a huge range of intimate health issues for women. And we're really excited that this technology is now available, and even though we've only had it for a short period of time, we're getting fantastic results and fantastic feedback from those patients that have already had some treatments with us.